You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go for real. But anyway, guys, I'm excited, guys. So let's get straight into it. Anybody that don't know me, my name's Antoine Boatwright. I'm one of the traders out of Columbia, South Carolina. And I just give back, guys. I've been bestowed the name of the GOAT by my mentor, my business partner, the person that brought me in, Renisha Willis, guys. But that ain't because like I'm greater than anybody, guys. That's just because I took the skill set more serious than everybody else. So again, what I'm saying is that what I've been able to do, you're going to be able to do if you take this serious, guys. So let's get into it. Let me pop up my screen. We're going to go completely different. You guys know, if you've been on my chats before, that I pretty much start off from the dollar index. We're going to do it a little different today, guys, right? So because we're going to do it a little different, I want you guys to pretty much let me know any Forex pair. Whoever does it first, I'll probably do a random whoever does it first, guys. Any Forex pair, and we're gonna discuss that, guys. So throw out your Forex pair, and we're gonna, I'll pick like one or two or three of those, and we're gonna discuss those and try to find entries off those instead of just going over my normal process, guys, of how I show you from the dollar index. Can't do GBP USD because we're already doing that. Something that I'm not doing. So outside of that, because we're already, I was gonna talk about that anyway. But anything outside of GBP USD, y'all let me know. This is y'all world today. Euro USD. Okay, let's do Euro USD. Keep them coming if you do, and if we have time, guys, I'll be able to. I said Forex pair, Santana. That's a metal, not a Forex pair. Just regular currency is what I meant. Just regular currency. So keep them coming, guys. And then if we can get to them, we'll get to them. But let's start off with Euro USD, right? Do I have Euro USD pulled up? Hold on, guys. I gotta add it to my watch list. Euro USD. And I normally do Oanda. Let me go ahead and actually show you guys first, right? Because I think a lot of people have a misconception too, about what broker they should be using when they're viewing the charts, right? It's not that important, but you have to be in mind that the spread may be different between each of these brokers, guys, right? So I normally choose Oanda. Oanda is the closest thing pretty much to any broker that we use. Now, if you're using something outside of um, KOT, Hugo's Way, Fair Forex, guys. I don't know about those spreads. You'll just have to do the math based off of there. And the spread is pretty much here, guys. So it's pretty much telling us euro. This is not euro.
Helps you be concise. If your tone might make someone feel like this.
It's pretty much telling us that the spread for euro USD is 1.6, right? So again, I can't not do what I'm trained to do already, guys. So I have to go through the market pretty much how I normally approach it, and then we're gonna go from entries from there, guys. Pretty much when we get on those smaller time frames. Let me adjust my joint. Oh, all right, all right. Y'all shouldn't be drowned out by me. Let me close that so I'm not moving slow. Okay, my bad, guys. All right. Weekly time frame, right? I gotta start off with that, guys. I mean, for me, I just gotta start off on that weekly time frame. Reason being is because the higher the time frame, the truer the trend, right? This is everything that how I'm approaching the market, and then we'll worry about getting into our entries as we scale down, guys. Now, normally you're not going to try to find an entry on this high of a time frame. It's going to be on a smaller time frame, guys, right? So, weekly time frame, what trend are we looking at from my experience, people? What trend are we looking at currently on the weekly time frame? USDJPY. Okay. Down, down. Yes. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Downtrend. If you didn't know if it was in a downtrend, there's a way for you to confirm that, right? How are we going to confirm that? Well, guys, by the three ways that we know the market is going to have to move. And you just can kind of draw a line if you need to, just to kind of confirm to make it make sense to you, right? Make it make sense to you. If we just draw out where these zones are at, guys, or where these previous highs are, Let me change this up. What is this? How do I do that? All right, so if we just look at these previous highs and these previous lows, they're breaking one another. So these previous lows have been broken in the market, confirming that price is in a downtrend. Has price returned there to retest to carry on the momentum? Yes, it absolutely has. Has it done it over here? Well, really right here. Has it done it over here? Basically, yes, it has. Now, when you're looking at it, guys, because I'm looking at a candlestick pattern, that's just like my main point to go to. But if you look to the left, we're pretty much at a level of support, guys, or nearing towards it, right? So even if you drew out, you said that you wanted to say, well, this constitutes as support, but I don't know if price is ready to come down that low. I have to be mindful of that, guys. That's the one thing you guys have to be more cautious about, is saying that, okay, if there's some support down here, right, meaning the floor, meaning the areas that we're looking to buy, I can't, ignore that. The only evidence that we have right now, guys, is that price is at a previous high, right? Previous high. If you look at this market, this movement right here was a previous high in the market, right? Broke out of there. So this is actually giving us a hint towards what our topic is, guys, right? If we're looking for an entry and we believe that the momentum is going to change, or the trend is going to change, 9 times out of 10, we're going to look for that on a level of support. But understand, there's support and resistance all over the market, guys. So you just have to find what is the most relevant to that move as of now. As we see, based off the weekly, we do see a downtrend. Everybody agreed that, yo, Antoine, this is for sure a downtrend, right? Now, are we at a point in the market where the market is potentially reversing? Probably. With it being bearish so long, the market has to give back a percentage, guys. Now, as you see, every time the market dropped, it came back up, right? Some type of percentage. That's a percentage that the market is pretty much, or the banks are trying to grab money from. Collect money that they're pretty much dishing out, right? And then they're going to collect it back on the opposite side. Because I know about patterns, guys, this is an M pattern. Many of you guys are probably familiar with that or came across it in the academy, because this is something that you start off in the beginning on the basic section, right? Is finding some type of pattern that signifies, okay, what is the market maybe doing? This is an overall M pattern. This pattern looks like it's completely exhausted, which means that the market is pretty much, or more buyers are starting to come in the market more heavy, and it could do one or two things. It can return to a previous low and then continue that trend down, or it could start breaking these highs. And then until we get to this main level of resistance, then we'll, pretty much price will be bullish up until then. That's only if price is ready to reverse at this point. But either way, anytime price is coming down, guys, or going up, it has to pull back or give a percentage back in the market. That's where you see where you guys are probably entering. You're like, oh man, it took my stop loss out. Well, did you pay attention to the trend of the market? Okay, well, if you did, had the market return, it has to have a candle or something, guys, right? I don't like just, relying on wicks to say that, oh man, the market made its move and it's pushing the market down. Absolutely not. Probably for that time being, but it has to come back up or give a percentage back, or what we know is a retest, guys. Again, I'm not even trying to throw on Fibonacci because I want to try to make this as simple as possible. So on the weekly time frame, we identified our trend. That was number one, right? I need to make a checklist next time, guys. I'm gonna always show the checklist for you guys, right? So that way you have it right then and there. So now we're on the daily time frame. This is pretty much as far as my eye can see, unless I pretty much start zooming out to get a better picture of what the daily time frame may be doing, right? Now, when I look at the daily time frame, is it still selling? Absolutely. It's still selling as far as we know this trend. But if we move from right here, guys, and snake around, we can see potential on the daily time frame, potential movements to try to push the market up, right? And how do we know that? If we just drew a trend line. Now, I don't mess with trend lines anymore, guys. I've evolved past that, but I see it with my eye. I gotta see it with my head, guys, because I've done it so much that I know what an uptrend or a downtrend looks like. If you just drew this out, this looked like price is breaking this zone. That's why I don't respect trend lines, because it can give you a false narrative. But if we just start from where the wicks were made, are we not in an uptrend until proven otherwise, guys? On the daily time frame, which will probably be really the 4-hour time frame. Could you guys agree that are we not in an uptrend based off of this movement in the market until proven otherwise? Let me see. I want to see some mixed reviews, because challenge yourself, guys. Challenge yourselves on your thought process, on what you're thinking or what you're seeing in the market. It's okay to be wrong, because all you're trying to do is get a better understanding. So I would say that at this point, we're in an uptrend. Well, Antoine, how are you saying that we're in the uptrend when the market can potentially still keep going? Yes, potentially, definitely. That's why I have this line here as well, if I'm keeping it simple, because if it breaks this line and closes below this, I know it has to return back up here, and now I have a sell zone. Just because you may identify the wrong direction to be in the market, guys, that's actually good, because if you can identify like, oh snap, I'm in the wrong side of the market right now, then I can get back in another entry. Well, then I can get in the opposite direction. So if you look at it, guys, resistance, right? Again, keeping it basic. We now have a level of support down here. We now have a new level of resistance based off of the daily time frame. This is really where I'm trying to hone in on where my levels of resistance are at, where my levels of support are at, because I don't care what's going on in the weekly. I just need to identify the trend. So if I know the trend is selling, I know that we have to give a percentage back if we're going down. If not, I know that a reversal may be possible, right? So this is our resistance on the daily time frame. This is our support. Now, when I go down to a smaller time frame, guys, breaking it down to the 4-hour, right? If I break it down to the 4-hour, you get a little bit more information when you're seeing it now on a smaller time frame. You guys agree, right? So now that 4-hour that kind of looked all squished together, and it was, I mean, that uptrend that kind of looked all squished together, and you really weren't sure about the data, it looks a little bit more, readable right here, guys, right? It looks a little bit more clearer to identify like, okay, well, at the very least, I can see that it is in an uptrend. If I just took it to a line chart right here, I can see that this is a previous low in the market, right? And what do we need, guys, in order to create an uptrend? Y'all let me know. What do we need? A series of what? This is my first day trading. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Byron, Janae, Dynasty, TJ, let's go. I see y'all. Right, starting though from a lower low, right? So if I look at this is the lowest point we had thus far, right? Again, we still need price to give us more data as far as like breaking resistance, right? Or breaking previous highs. Okay, we got a higher high here, right? All right, if we look over here to the right side, we now have another higher high, not to mention, oh snap. It's like, not to mention, oh snap, man. Now we have a higher low. Wow, man, if I ain't know any better, according to what foreign exchange teaches me, it teaches me that that's the start of an uptrend. Oh man, that's crazy. I'm able to identify on the 4-hour. Now, again, guys, price does a lot of things, and you got to see, am I at a previous low point where this sell could actually be valid, right? And what I'm saying is like from this point, right? So if somebody was like, well, Antoine, isn't this still the continuation of a sell? Yeah, but I really wouldn't trust this low point right here. If I just brought it back to a candle, guys, I really wouldn't trust this low point, because again, if I go out to a higher time frame, there's probably a better low point we could have viewed in the market. Yeah, I really wouldn't trust that low point. To be honest, I would think that price would try to come as high as here, because this is the initial breakout zone, guys, right? But again, price is going to do whatever it wants to do. Now that we have this data, we got to scale even further down, guys, because we established that we're potentially in an uptrend right now, right? Now, don't make it what you want it to be, guys, right? I'm going over stuff that we're seeing. I'm not making it to what I want it to be, because if I find something else, I'll have to pretty much look at it like, okay, well, we're in the wrong direction, guys. Because again, if it breaks this trend and stays pretty much around here and doesn't reject like this low point right here, we're pretty much looking at potentially price selling, but it's going to have to return here before it sells. So I want you guys to be, keen on that. Don't make it to what you want to do. Don't be so involved in saying, man, I wanted to buy because I'm in that direction, so I want to make money, that you force a trade and it's not necessary. Because again, if you're in the wrong direction, you can get out and get in the opposite direction. That's not something I practice a lot, guys, but again, you're gathering data. That's all you're doing is gathering data. Now, I go down to the hour time frame. Normally, guys, I'm not really looking at 2 hour, 3 hour. I do that for data, but I'm not looking at, and even on the 1 hour, I'm not looking to enter. Well, now we're on the 1 hour, guys. Wow, I look at, it's more data now. You know what I'm saying? It's more information for us to go off of. Now we can see a little bit more clearer pictures on what's been going on in the market. Okay, like we see support right here within our support zone. That's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? That stuff should give you a culture shock. Like, okay, like I feel more confident in my trade because I'm getting these confirmations, right? All right. Scale it down to the 45-minute because there's not really enough data based off of what we see. I mean, we can back up, but as far as I'm seeing it, it's like it's respecting the trend. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's respecting your imaginary line that you drew until proven otherwise. So now that I know that, one, we're getting closer to, what time is it? We're getting close to 7:21. I know that the market has a big reaction or some type of reaction anywhere from the time frame of 7:30 to 9:30 because Tokyo just opened, guys. So, Japan is spending money now. They're up, they're awake, they're moving money in the market. That definitely tends to have a reaction in the market, whether it's going to be favorable to you, like continuing your trend, or just a complete reversal. I normally either enter at 6:30 and then I survey the market to see if I'm still in the right direction or to see if my trade is still valid. Because as you know, we could be in the right direction, but an early position, too early of a position, guys. So I know around this time, this is when the market is going to have some type of reaction, and what it's looking like is looking favorable to us, right? So 15-minute is where I'm looking to enter, guys, right? So at this point, based off of all we just did, guys, and it seems like we ran through it, but based off of all that, we know that any point of entry we should be entering at is the best position. Is going to be a support position, guys, right? You're not going to have these, like, I know you guys may have seen something that I've done, maybe Niche have done, maybe just an educator that has done, where they enter the market and that thing just starts going, right? You're like, how'd you get that entry? Guys, that is time in the market. I'm telling you, man, right place, right time. That's not, you're doing it wrong. But again, some of you are still at, your place of business, your job, or, taking care of the kids. So you got a bunch of distractions where you can't watch the market as thorough as I have done, guys. But that's what it's going to take if you're trying to get these quote unquote sniper entries all the time. And even then, we don't know, guys. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that a market's about to just take or haul ass in that direction. We just do the best we can based off of the data we gathered. But I'm telling you, it's stemming from just the generacy of support and resistance. We're in a support zone right now, guys, and the market has been bullish. It hasn't even been trying to come back down here yet. Now, I don't just say that and be like, oh man, let me just jump in this market blindsided. Now, it does look good to say that, man, this market is probably buying up. But me, at this point, I want to get a little bit more data just to be, on the safe side. One, when I look at this, I'm throwing the fib on there, guys. So I have to do this in order to see the percentage that we're at. If I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna take this trade and believe that this trade is gonna be valid, one, it should, if it's aggressive to the upside, it would want to take off around this general area. Now, if it hasn't finished its retesting, what it's going to do is still pull back to these low zones right there, and then take off from there. But you're looking at, 15-minute time frame. How big of a difference is that? I mean, you're looking at a 20 pip difference. I would definitely like to see it come down a little bit more, like 38%. And then we take it. But again, guys, you don't stop there. You don't say, Okay, well, I found my entry. Let me just go to MetaTrader 4, enter the trade, and now I'm about to make $1 million. Like, no, man, like you still got to get more data, guys. I wish it was that simple, right? You have to back out and see if what you're describing to yourself is still playing the same way on a higher time frame. Are you seeing the same thing now that you collected this data on a higher time frame? Because if you're not, you may want to slow your gas right there, guys, right? So let's see if we're seeing the same thing still. If based off of price action, this is just looking at the market, forming right now. Are we potentially seeing an uptrend? As far as I see it, yes. The only thing is that we still have these EMAs here, guys. Again, that's a little bit more, I wouldn't say advanced, guys. When we started off, EMAs were like a normal thing. I just didn't use it. I pride myself on being the trader that was like, I don't need indicators. You know how many times I blew an account not using an indicator? Not that it's the end all be all, but it helps. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't distract me, and I don't use it as thorough as like Kevin and Shireen. I don't use it to that degree, but I still need this as a form of confirmation. You know what I'm saying? As you see, guys, I pretty much have a clear chart. I use only the information that I see before me. Now, here's the thing that you guys probably don't do now that we found an entry. Now that we found a potential entry, it still looks bullish to me. I like what I'm seeing because, again, the indicator isn't going to give us the move. It's not going to tell us the move ahead of time. It's going to give us confirmation after the move is made. So if this thing is bullish, the EMAs aren't going to cross until this move already happens. That's why I don't put my faith in EMAs strongly like that, guys, because, again, you could be up 20 more pips instead being ahead of the game, practicing, the basic laws in the market, guys. Now, the other thing that I was going to show you guys real quick is, hold on, I got some questions. Y'all can come off of mute too if y'all got some question. You stupid. That's funny, yo. Nah, for real though. It used to hurt people, man. It used to hurt people, guys. But all jokes aside, guys, so y'all see my phone? Yeah. So that flame ball, that is the currency heat wave application. It's an investment after after like a month. It's free. You got a free trial, but after a month, you got to pay for it. It's like $29. They definitely went up like the gas prices, guys. It used to be $19, but they got us now. I even had to pay for it. I was kind of mad, but thank God for trading. You know what I'm saying? But it shows you the strength of the currencies. There is a website you can use. I don't use that anymore. I'm beyond that, guys. I'm telling you, because I need as much real-time data as possible. So if you see, this is the first page, guys, that you go on. And it's pretty much giving you the strength by how big the pie is or by how big the space is covering, right? But when you go to strength on the bottom, you guys will see it if you have access to it. It gives you pretty much like gas gauges, right? Now, this is what people don't do. They make their entry and just be like buy or sell, whatever, right? Let's see what the strength of this currency is currently in live data, guys. Now, when you open your phone, we all know between iPhones and Androids, guys, iPhones are probably the faster phone. But even with iPhones, it still be lagging, right? So make sure you refresh your page before you do it, because you could be stuck on, and that's for both phones, guys. You could be stuck on the page that's showing you and it actually hasn't refreshed the page on its own. You normally don't have to do that. On the website, you'll have to refresh every time, or you'll be looking at the same data that was from like 2 weeks ago if you never logged out, right? So always remind yourself of doing that. Now, I just did that. Looking at the gauge, because it's from 1 to 9, right? It's from 1 to 9. So you're pretty much looking at anything below 5 is weak, a weak currency. Anything above 5 is a strong currency. Now, are some of you guys on the app right now? Somebody drop a 2 if you're on the app right now. If you're on the app right now, I want you to tell me the current strength of euro and the dollar. And if you need to come off of mute, you can. Currency heat wave, yes, currency heat wave. But if you have it, does anybody else have it on the team? I want y'all to see this for yourselves. If you have it, Tell me what the strength of euro is right now and what the strength, just give me the number. Give me the number. You don't got to tell me if it's weak or strong. Like you may not know that yet, but give me the number that's under the gauge. Does anybody have it? If not, we're going to move forward, guys. I don't think nobody has it. All right. Make sure y'all get that, though. But anyway, currently right now, it's showing us that euro is at a 4 and the dollar is at, we're on the dollar, right? Yeah. The dollar's at 3.86, right? So based off of basic math, which number is higher? Or which currency is stronger? Based off of what I just said. Euro, obviously, right? Euro, right? Now, this is real-time data. So it's not gonna be like, you're going to look at it and it's going to be like right now, both of them are at the same strength because it's real-time data, guys. So don't be the person that after you've done your analysis, you rely so heavily on this that you start seeing it move. Now you're nervous, like, well, now it's weak. Now, guys, it's going to do whatever the market is showing us in real time. But if you've already done your analysis, you pretty much don't have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Or you shouldn't have that much fear. You'll find out if you're in the wrong direction or not. I promise you, the market will let you know real fast in a hurry, right? So we scale down to the hour based off of what we're seeing, because they're at the same strength, the market is consolidating, guys. You can use these numbers to say what the market is doing, guys. A lot of people don't do that. So if you look, that's euro. I hope y'all can see. I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but if you look, dollar, euro, freaking 3.86. 3.86 on both of them. What is the dollar representing right now? What is what is euro and the dollar doing right now? Consolidating, guys. So use this to your advantage. Now that we've had this, guys, the only thing we can say is, okay, the last move that the market made, down to pretty much a smaller time frame. So if you're looking at it, guys, the last move the market made on a smaller time frame, oh my gosh, I'm telling y'all just need to break this stuff down and y'all will be straight. Because I see an inverted head and shoulder on the 5 minute. I love it. So the last move the market made was a bullish move on the 5 minute, 15 minute time frame, guys. So other than that, because of what I'm looking at, I have to believe that the dollar is weaker than the euro right now, guys, right? You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, we're in a level of support on a higher time frame. What time frame did we find the support? Like on the weekly, right? On the daily. I remember. Kind of on the weekly, on the daily, right? So price hasn't closed because this weak candle hasn't closed, but if you look at it, guys, this looks like an exact what? Where you at, Marley? Where you at, Nisha? What this look like? Y'all let them know what this look like right here, as far as we know. Is Destiny in here? I know Destiny would know. Morning Star. Who knows what a morning star represents? If you don't, I recommend getting in that Candlestick Bible. But a morning, hold up, somebody answered. Not necessarily a reversal pattern. Well, yeah. I guess we probably would say that. Yeah, I would accept that. Yeah, you're right, TJ. Reversal pattern. Or the market is intending to go in a bullish direction. Morning means the sun rising. This is how I remember it, guys. Morning means the sun is rising. Evening star means that the sun is going down or sun is setting. You know what I'm saying? So morning star, evening star, think of sun and moon. That's literally how I think about it, guys. So I don't confuse, when I first, started off, not confusing myself. We're in a strong level of support. I like it. Let me look at percentage of what this market retested. So if you look at this move, from low to high, we've already been back 50% of this move, right? Now let's scale down a little bit more. Let's see about this move. Okay. All right. We've pushed away from 50%. Price could try to, pretty much pull down and take this, but we have 2 wicks right here, guys. That normally screams, and especially around a 38%, that normally screams that, hey man, I'm pretty much probably rejecting this zone, and I'll probably retest 50% of this and then take off from there, potentially, guys. But I do love the, still keep it with the 618. But as far as we see it right here, momentum to me is screaming upside, guys, right? Momentum to me is screaming, hey man, I'm actually trying to break out. I'm actually trying to break out to a bullish move. Let's look at it. Yep, that momentum is. This is just for me, guys. As far as like just making some extra confirmations. And we got some buyers in the market. All right. So pretty much your best point of entry, guys, would have been somewhere around here, right? This would have been the better entry for sure, right? We would have loved to have that, man. For support, 2 times the market retested on this price zone. That would have been the better entry, like for sure. But since we already have that information, and what do we need to make support, guys? 2 points of contact in a zone, in a price area. To me, this thing is bullish, yo. I like what I'm seeing, guys. So because I know that price could come down, like probably somewhere here, but I like the momentum of this market. I think we're good for the buy. I think we are good for the buy. $42, so make it equal. That's 35 pips. I think the other one was, somebody said USD JPY, I think, or was it AUD JPY? I'm sure price is going to try to dig its way to at least like 38% or 50%. So what we can do is, as we're, waiting for the market to pretty much come towards like almost 8 o'clock, we can kind of wait, guys, and then come back to this and then see if it came down. If it came down, then I'm definitely clearing the buy. You know what I'm saying? But if it starts pulling up and then we get a retest, the retest will probably be somewhere around here. So I'm just kind of waiting for a little bit data, because my biggest thing, guys, like I thrive on trying to be in the least amount of drawdown as possible. Like that's like a high to me. If I can put myself in the least amount of drawdown, smooth sailing from there. I'm telling you, smooth sailing. So let's wait a little bit. Let's go over AUD JPY. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the same direction or opposite direction, but let's go over that and then actually come back to this, guys. But these are our parameters. So if we're looking at our parameters, let me see. $45. Let's do 45, yeah. So I'll make it about 40 pips. What is that? Is that a 1-to-3? 1-to-3 ratio. So we'll gain 3 times as much as we would lose, guys. So that's what that means, right? Blah, blah, blah. Patience pays a virtue in this market, guys. You have to be okay with not being like, well, it look like it's about to take off. So what, man? You can jump to another pair and watch it take off. Like, you'll be able to make your money, guys. Don't have FOMO. That's what we messed up at when we first started. Seeing everything, it looked shiny, it looked nice. and you jump in and it's like, wow, man, all I had to do was be patient for like an hour, a half an hour, and I could have had a way better entry than what I'm seeing before me. So that's what I want to do, just collect a little bit more data because we're getting closer to 8. Now let's go to, I believe y'all said AUD JPY. I'm in blah, blah, blah since. You buying Rose? Is that what you're saying? For Euro USD? Well, let me see what you just put, because obviously if you 199 okay, yeah. All right, 199. Yeah, it could. Your entry would probably be the one that we would probably be taking if it returned back there. That's a good entry, yo. USD JPY is what y'all said, right? Let me see. Hope y'all took your profit from USD Swiss franc. We went like 16 pips in profit and it reversed. I caught the reversal. So that's what I'm in right now. But hope y'all made some money off of that. That was a sniper entry. So if you guys if you took it, you made some money last night for sure. Wasn't a lot. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on your lot size. Wasn't a lot, but it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I saw this. I forgot I saw this and was like, yo. It's crazy I drew this up already, but when you're not paying attention to the market, look at this line. Oh my gosh. That is just beautiful. Anyway, guys, I'm a little bit upset about that. That thing took off. I didn't even know USD JPY does this, yo. Like, what is going on, man? Dude, I had a zone. Oh, this is government bond. I was like, what am I on? Okay. Okay, so this is actually perfect that we can talk about this, guys, because, man, that was my entry right there, too. Whatever, yo. But anyway, guys, so the market is in aggressive uptrend, like super aggressive, right? Now, we can be in preparation for the future, but really the momentum is to the upside with this market right now. The only thing you could do is watch for the pullback and try to find it. It's hard when the market is like extremely bullish like this to find a point of entry without like regular data that we have, because like Nisha knows, when NAS, when S&P, a lot of indices were creating new highs, you don't have a left to look to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to wait for data to be created. And in the meantime, that's money being made. So for example, with USD JPY, one, inflation is still a big thing. So it makes sense on the dollar being so aggressively bullish. This is just the impact from inflation. Obviously, we're going to do better than Japan. You know what I'm saying, guys? But when you're looking at it, where do I find my point of entry? Now, this becomes imperative that you break it down as small as possible, because that, excuse me, that's the only way you're going to survive pretty much a trade like this. So because I have to kind of use Fibonacci on this, the best thing I could do is get the high into the low, right? Now, for me, the momentum is super strong to the upside, guys, right? Super strong to the upside. So when the momentum is super strong, either up or down, you have to be able to call this yourself and, you know, train your eye to see it. So I look for a shallow pullback. A shallow pullback would be 38%. Now, if we came back 38%, guys, and not 50%, this move, it'll go up, but it won't stay bullish for long. Eventually, we're coming to a sell. If it pushes 50% or even lower, like 618, it is definitely going up. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, because it came all the way down here, probably even down here, to make a big aggressive move. As far as the data we have right here, guys, let me see. Well, if I look at the dollar, if this is USD JPY, the dollar would be the deciding factor. because if we're looking at it, this does look like support and resistance. I mean, excuse me, resistance zone where price is trying to break out and retest. Again, daily time frame got, well, since we don't have any data further, you go to the lowest time frame that starts showing you more data, guys, right? And I see why whoever asked that question asked about, USD JPY. I would have got tripped up on this too, guys, if I was still in my beginning stages, because it's like, where do I find the information? You know what I'm saying? Where do I start? The best thing you could do is with the data that you already have. Now, with this right here, the only thing we have is this the highest point ready to sell? Or are we coming back up here to create a resistance zone and then bring the market down? Again, flip back between those high and low zones, guys, right? Between those higher and low zones, there's a wick right here rejecting this. Does this validate this sell? I don't really like to think so, guys, especially when there's a wick up here. Normally what I try to do is I want to see if the market is at least going to come back a percentage of the wick, right? Now, don't misunderstand me, guys. If you're like, well, Antoine, this fib stuff, I don't really understand it all the way yet. Don't worry, guys. You will. Still seeing this is going to help you as a trader. I promise you. If it doesn't, that means you're not trying at all. So Fibonacci, guys, if you just look at it, it's just support and resistance areas and based off a percentage of a move. If you just really look at it, no different than looking at a pie chart. You know what I'm saying? To be completely honest, right? All you're doing is looking at what percentage of the market went down. Okay, so it creates its own 100%. Now, after it turns around, you know that was a 100% move the market made, and you can probably fib it up on the left side of that market and see that, man, it came 100% or more. It can go more than 100% or 50 or 75. You can start doing this all over to confirm that, guys, right? So what I want to do is, I know that if the market is going to be valid, it has to be at least a 50% return, right? That kind of lines up, if USD, that kind of lines up with what we were seeing with Euro USD, right? Now, that's only if the market wants to, and this doesn't validate the sell right here, right? So I would like to see this, but again, wherever the market starts turning around for me, I'm going to press the sell button. We already identified that Euro is stronger than the dollar, but we have to confirm that again, guys. So if the dollar truly is weak, is it weaker than the Japanese yen? Let's look at it right now. GBP got super weak. Oh, my thing didn't load. Hold on, guys. Euro's still stronger than the dollar based off of Euro. Euro's about equal to the dollar, but stronger than the dollar. GBP got weak, but I'm still bullish on GBP until proven otherwise, guys. When they're in the same region, 9 times out of 10, if one currency is affected, that other currency will be not necessarily equally as strong, but it will make its way up there closer to the time that market is opening, right? So right now, the dollar is like 1 point stronger than the Japanese yen. Now, here's the part where I'm glad whoever said USD JPY, I'm glad you chose this, because here's the part where people negate too, guys. I showed you the strength of the currencies. Now, what else do you need, right? You need to look at news, right? You need to be able to look at news, because now you're like, if you're a new trader, you're like, man, I did everything this guy on the computer said. I did everything the academy said to go live. Why can't I find like good entries? Well, now, even if you don't know how to read news, the biggest thing is like, is there large sums of news coming? Today's Wednesday. News definitely would be coming for Japanese yen, Euro, USD, British pound, things like that, guys. So I'm gonna go on myfxbook.com. I know you guys can't see my computer. See my page. I'm gonna pull it up once. Well, let me stop. So what you would go to is, now that I'm on this website, what you would go to is economic calendar, right, guys? That's going to give you all the Forex. You can go to metals. I don't think they do this for indices. They don't do this for crypto. Crypto has its own thing going on with that. But if you look, guys, you look where news has been released and is given positive or negative numbers, right? Now, you always want to read the data to make sure that the negative number isn't actually being represented as a positive number and vice versa. So if you see like negative something, it should be red, but that's not all the time, guys. As you see right here, this says negative, but it's represented in a positive way. So read these because the part that matters to you guys, and we're going to go to the news, make sure what time we got. 32 seconds. Japanese yen got, oh, what is this? Let me look at this. Japanese yen got news. These are one of their bank meetings. I know that this makes the market have some type of reaction, and it's already giving you a medium impact. I mean, you know, anything related to the Japanese yen, this thing could go stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now, for us guys as traders, what we care about, let me see, because I think they updated this thing. How come it?
Hey, Antoine.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, quick question.
What's up? You're fading out now. Now I can't hear you. If you're talking. How come it's not giving me? You're saying something? Oh, I think she probably logged out and logged back in. Okay, let me see how that affected the Japanese yen. Okay, all right, 750. Now, here's the thing, guys. You don't never want to enter a trade at like the top of you know, the hour. So because we have 10 minutes until 8, you want to kind of wait until what 8 o'clock shows you, because that may present a better entry, guys. And it's okay if the market starts acting like it's getting away from us, right? That's just the FOMO kicking in. What I would like to truly see is the market to push up just a little bit, right? So let's kind of put parameters ahead of time. And if we need to enter, we could just enter market execution, right? So again, I would like to see 50%. And if we're being reasonable, let's not get crazy. Probably say just above 35 pips. Let's keep it equal, 35 pips. But that's only if market comes up here. We may need to adjust fire and then make this our stop loss in this zone, and have the market come down here, guys, right? So I want it to come down probably to this level of support. I mean, to this wick. Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, Antoine, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can't see your screen. You're on FX Book.
Snap. My bad. Y'all better say something. Appreciate that, Janae. You always got me, yo. About to say, y'all better say something. All right, man. All right. That's what's up. Y'all over here not saying nothing, yo. That's probably what Nisha was saying. Like, yo. Yeah, got nothing on TP. It's an Enon star right there. So I like this. You know, it could probably go lower, but I'm not these are slower moving pairs, guys. So, I mean, it'll be a blessing to get like the whole move within a full day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really stress the parameters, but let's look back at Euro USD, and I'll pretty much give you guys the trade pretty much chart, guys. So you guys can have it. Double click on it. So it'll pop up on your search engine. So that way you still have it in the event that it's like you get distracted or you are lost in Wealth House, guys. You still have a copy of it yourself, and you can kind of see what I was trying to see in the market, right? Well, why he's selling? Okay, let me go through basic stuff. And then again, guys, I could be completely wrong, but you know, practice makes perfect. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So what was I saying? 320. Let's do 330. Tarjay, you know what I'm saying? This is our Tarjay, all right? And this is our potential entry if price doesn't decide to pop up. I mean, shoot down from where it's at currently. So since we're so close, I'll do 270. Yeah, I actually like that, 270. So again, guys, same thing with USDJPY. If we were looking for an entry, our best probability needs to be somewhere around where there's true resistance, right? This could be the start of a downtrend. That's why I have price going potentially as high as here, but it could start to fall and then come back up, whatever price wants to do. But anywhere in this zone, like in this parameter, would be your best bet. Even if you were somebody that's like, man, I'm gonna be super patient and just wait till it comes up to this wick. It may not come as high as that wick, or if it does, it's so fast that you don't have a chance to enter. This is why we have our stop loss, guys, but this is also why we set these parameters in order to be as, you know, least drawdown as possible, be as accurate as possible, and then wait for the market to come to where you want it to. This would be the example. We do have at least this zone where we're saying, hey man, the market could actually fall from here, but I would like to trust the higher point of resistance than saying that the market would come down. But again, it just depends on what the market is doing. We have high level news that just came out, so it's not going to react immediately, but then you guys are going to be in trades and being like, oh snap, man, if it's with that intensity. Man, the market is going crazy right now, right? So I got you guys. Let's look at Euro USD. But guys, man, does anybody have any questions, guys? I hope that answered pretty much a lot of you guys that were struggling with entries. For anybody else that has to do something else, man, this is pretty much the closing of our call. I'm gonna stay on a little bit, guys, so we can watch these potential trades and just kind of figure them out. And I'm probably gonna look at something else. But if you found value, man, guys, I appreciate it, man. Jump back on the next time. Please support my YouTube channel, guys. When you get a chance to get around to that. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Make sure you tune into the notification bell, guys, so you get any content that I do. But anybody else that's leaving has to do something else, man. Thank you for your participation as always. But everybody else that's staying, let's rock it out until we figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Antoine,
What's up?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can
my
you hear
computer
me?
died earlier. So. Yeah, sorry, my computer died. So before we get too deep on this, I was going to ask you about my FX book. I know that's a platform. I'm able to connect that to my account, right? Where it can track like my trades and my
Depends on the broker. Depends on the broker.
Do you know if it uses KOT?
I don't know. I don't think I did KOT. I did Trader's Way and I did Oanda. Well, you know I'm doing Oanda right now.
Oh, you got Oanda?
Because that's the requirement. So they forced me to do Oanda. Marcus ain't tell you? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Oh, challenge?
Well, for the dude Sloppy.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
So
okay.
that's the bro, and it sucks. Trust me, it sucks.
Yeah. Okay.
It
so
sucks.
I guess I'll look into it and see if I can connect because I really want.
But yeah, most, especially you fair Forex users, like I'm pretty sure you can put that on there. I think Hugo's Way, but I don't use Hugo's Way like that anymore unless I'm feeling good in crypto. But I don't know about KOT. KOT has kind of been one of those oddballs. I may have tried it and I think KOT gave me some issues when I tried it with them.
Okay.
But I would say just double check because I think they got different options, and before they didn't have that MetaTrader 4 class that it was asking for if you did it before. So I think they updated some things, I think.
Okay, I'll check.
But I have Trader's Way and Oanda on there, so.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, guys, I got to put this, and this will not be in Wealth House. So, man, I forgot to do that before these guys left. So this will not be in Wealth House. This will. That's why I say double click on it, guys, or take a picture, whatever. Right? You can look at oil. Blah blah blah. You can't do it. Okay. Y'all look at oil. And what did we say? Euro USD. Oh, that's Euro JPY. I was like, what? All right, 8 o'clock is about to ensue. Man, it's like right at our entry too, guys. I just kind of want to see what 8 o'clock may do, guys. That means if this goes bullish, if we enter this market execution, you can go ahead and enter USD JPY market execution for the sell. So I just kind of want to see what 8 o'clock is about to do, guys. And then is that a double doji being represented? Is that a double? Because y'all know if it's a double doji, it's over. It's over. Bullish double doji. Look at that. See, that's why you got to wait. So this is literally what I do, guys. I just start going through different time frames to start trying to get a read of what the market is trying to do. Put myself at the best. And even then, don't get me wrong, you can do all this and still be completely wrong, guys. Like this is just putting you at the best chances for success. But if you've gone through what Nisha put out for Mark Douglas, guys, if you've gone through some of the videos, no trade is guaranteed, guys. And that was one of the best audios that I listened, well, videos that I watched on YouTube. It's called Trading in the Zone, not Trading in the Zone. It's called Mind Over Market. And Mark Douglas, he's a big time guy, like back in the day, like in the 80s, like who just had this knowledge of trading. And it was more so of his mindset. It wasn't nothing of credibility, like he was the greatest trader, but he knew a way how to approach the market. Y'all heard that? I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was news right there. All right. Man, there's a bunch of news on the Japanese yen. In 30 minutes, see? 30 minutes. It just makes sense, man. I'm telling y'all, it just makes sense. So I'm not even going to play around with this right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and enter, guys. Well, hold up. Let me look at whatchamacallit. Blah, 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 blah. That dollar is just trying to hold on for dear life. I'm telling you, man. But anyway, I'm about to enter Euro USD market execution. And somebody said, look at oil. So yeah, we'll go to that. And let me push this out for you guys to have on your own. Don't risk it all, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just make some money, you know what I mean? That day will come, yo, where it's like the market just went 200 million pips. You know what I'm saying? Like that day will come, I promise y'all. That is, so again, double click. It'll pop up on your search engine. And then you guys have, your own copy. So that way, if you're like, man, let me look in Wealth House, it's not in there. All right, so this is oil, guys. This is a little bit more challenging for people. Now, I was bearish on oil until inflation just kicked in, and man, we're paying for it in gas, right? But it was crazy because I was bullish on oil, like at like $60 something. Like I was bullish on oil and I was like, man, this thing might want to come back down, and it just never did. But I should have stuck true to what I had, because I bought oil somewhere around here and then I got out. But let's look at it. Okay, so weekly time frame, bullish, right? Extremely bullish. I mean, super bullish. But the one thing that I don't like, I can accept a wick that's like when you see wicks on both sides, right? I can accept the wick being up here, right? And being like, the market may have created this wick to push this market down. But I can't accept the wick pushing the market at this high, like this high up, and saying that, oh yeah, man, this is pushing the market up. Like, nah, I just can't validate that, right? But again, either way, on the weekly time frame, as you see, guys, we're bullish on oil, right? Bullish on oil. So let's scale down. This is kind of showing us what USD JPY was showing us, right? Hint, hint. You know what I mean? So now daily time frame, support and resistance. Same thing, guys. How I go, natural flow. Natural flow. Got to create my daily resistance. Got to create my daily support. Or weekly or 4 hour, whatever your support is going to be. Man, it's crazy that price retested this area of consolidation only to bring the market up. Okay, so pretty much as far as we know right now, the market is bullish. But y'all see that? You'll see how unorganized this candle looks. It kind of looks kind of stagnant, or like it shouldn't be made like that, right? That looks kind of crazy, right? Well, in here somewhere probably is a gap, which means there's imbalance in the market. The market will definitely want to collect that whenever it decides to, guys. So that's giving you a key indicator that we could be exhausting the market soon, but maybe not right now, right? Because look how, like, if you just look how this open and closes, that's pretty much a gap in the market, guys. The market is definitely going to collect that on the other side, because it really didn't. It collected it a little bit, but it really didn't collect it on the other side like it should to, you know, really bring the market back up. So just seeing that, if I just look at this movement right here, I would think that the market would want to come back within this zone, within this support zone, because now we have a range, right? Now we have a range to be able to say, okay, the market's bouncing up and down, right? So we have a support structure right here. We have a resistance structure right here. The only thing we can do is wait for it to break, but you're not going to wait all that time for the market to break out, right? So this definitely looks like, but because it looks like, I don't trust it, right? This looks like an inverted head and shoulder. I do not trust this as an inverted head and shoulder. That's just me. I'm actually pretty terrible at identifying head and shoulders, guys. It's crazy, but I've been doing it a lot lately, right? So if I look out this resistance zone, to me, price still seems bullish. And if we just go on Heikin-Ashi, yeah, super bullish, yo. Their price is still bullish. So the best thing you could do is that now that you're at a level of support, level of resistance, the best thing would be for this approach is I always try to catch it at a lower, lower pullback. So if it decided to, reject from here, I would try to catch it somewhere here, or maybe where this consolidation is at. Or if you're somebody that's like, man, I think the momentum is high to the upside, your best bet would be to catch it as it breaks. As it breaks, retest. Somewhere around here would be your entry. Or when it just takes flight. If it takes flight from here, 9 times out of 10, the retest will be somewhere like where it broke out right here. Remember, where the market breaks out, so where it makes that powerful move that you're like, whoa, like I didn't, whether that's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. So if it breaks out here, I think Chris asked that. I'm bullish on oil until proven otherwise. So we are at a potential resistance zone. So again, I need data to be unfolded. As far as Heikin-Ashi is concerned, it's super aggressive to the upside. But if it is going to, reject, it'll be somewhere in this ballpark, I would think. Oh man, I got that on the nail. So I'm measuring the percentage of where price is at for this candle right here, and it's heading towards 786. So that's good, because if it touched 786 on a 4 hour, it could actually reject that aggressively, and close below it. If it closes below this on the 786 and it leaves like a wick, like on a daily time frame or something like that, then price is probably actually coming down to collect a percentage before going back up. But yeah, it just looks like oil is like super bullish right now, man, which is unfortunate because that means what's that's going to do to gas prices, guys. I'm telling y'all, man, you do this stuff with trading, man, you start seeing stuff ahead of time in the economy, like, man, you know what I mean? So yeah, I like this. I think this is bullish. I do think that there's a possibility, again, it'll be news. If not, it'll be like on a Friday for price to try to slip and pretty much push the market down aggressively to clear out buyers and then take the market up. So I still think like this area right here, like anywhere from 102 all the way 100 to like 103. I think that could be a potential new buy zone, if not sold all the way down to those points of entry, guys. So other than that, man, you guys got any question? What are we looking at for Euro USD? Oh, sniper entry, yo. What is going on, man? The trade gods is showing love, yo. What is going on in the market today, yo, or this week, yo? Man, they are just showing love. I don't know what I did to deserve this. You feel me? You feel me? Serve, guys, serve. So hold up. Let's check at USD JPY. Heading to where we wanted to sell at least. It's bullish, but it's heading to where we wanted to sell at. Now, I don't know if like with USD JPY, it's kind of like a hit or miss, guys. So I'm not too, I mean, it's strong to the upside, but I know it has to give some type of percentage back. And the best information we have is around this area right here, guys. So again, 830 should still be coming around, guys. I would still be kind of looking at my trade because we have a bunch of news at 830, and that probably will actually give the Japanese yen the momentum it needs to actually turn the dollar around. But with the dollar being so strong, I mean, with the dollar like actually being so strong to the downside now, I'm like, it's kind of like we just need further data, guys. Every market ain't going to give you the same thing, even when you enter based off of other currencies. So at this point, it's like I need to gather more data to figure out what may be going on. But I do think that USD JPY, when it gets to our zone, to me, I'm pressing the sell button. I'm confident in what I do. So whether it's up here, whether it's down here, I'll press the sell button. If not, we'll look at another entry. Right now, we're up 4 pips for Euro USD. Again, manage the trade, guys, because again, if you go out of profit, whether how small it is, that is completely on you. Don't get me wrong. You're going to be in the market when it's trying to figure itself out. But if you watch it go up on a spike and be like, man, that was only like 12 pips, and it comes back down and you don't try to make a decision either to protect your profit and then re-enter, or to just go ahead and close out the trade and be like, it looks kind of funny, I'm gonna look to see and gather more data, that is completely on you. That is something you're gonna have to personally overcome. Me and Nisha have talked about this a lot, guys, where like as a trader, me as the person that's helping you guys or assisting you, I can't force you to think like how I think. I can't, you know what I'm saying? But you have to train yourself. So if you're hearing what I'm saying and it's like, well, it's better to close in blue than to be wondering what's going to happen, and then now I'm in a bunch of red. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is complete. You are in control. When we say that on the presentation, that is serious. You are in complete control. And I'm not saying that you're going to make mistakes, guys. I'm not saying that you're going to do the wrong thing because you let anxiety get to you, but you are in control. I promise you, guys. But ask questions every step of the way. Stay plugged in. Shout out to you guys that have been, showing your progression. I see it in the chat, guys. I don't want to be the one that's only talking about trading, guys, because I can talk about this till I'm blue in the face. It got to be new people now, because again, they're going to look at me as the old guy that's just in the business. You know what I'm saying? It got to be new, fresh blood. That's because you guys are going to have your new people that are going to be excited. So let's run up these numbers, man. Again, guys, thank you. Manage your trades again. Look forward to tomorrow. Look forward to tomorrow. Really haven't hashed that out, but look forward to tomorrow, guys. That's gonna be our first ever one. So I'm excited, man. Let's run these numbers up, man. It's about to be an amazing year for 2022, guys. So peace, love you guys, man. I hope y'all make a bunch of money tonight, whether it's with me, whether it's with the products, whether it's with yourself. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Talk to you guys later.
Lord help us. It's the life of the party. Almost time. It's the life of the party. To think I could have almost died. Lord help us. Hey, Miss Donda, you running to my mama, please tell her I said say something. I'm starting to believe ain't no such thing as heaven's trumpets. No after over, this is it done. If there's a heaven, you would think they let you speak to your son. Maybe she has in the form of a baby's laugh. I heard passing by in a stroller, reminding me, hey, keep rolling on, no.